Hey Art, welcome to Higher Grounds Coffee Company. Thanks a lot for your most recent order, and thanks a lot for your continued order over the last year or so. Never met you in person, but I've had the pleasure of delivering coffee to your front door and actually meeting your wife, nice lady. And as a thank you, we just want to invite you into our roasting lab and give you a sense of how your coffee is roasted each time. So without further ado, behind me are the three commercial roasters that we use. These are called micro roasters. And essentially what they do is they roast coffee in small batches of 2 pounds to be exact. And the benefit of that is that I can get the coffee roast profile almost exact each time that you order. So every time you order Island Sunshine medium or AC on the Run medium, it's bound to come out exactly the way you tasted it last time. And that's the advantages of the micro roaster. So what I hope to do today is give you a sense of not only how your coffee is roasted each time, but also about the origins that your coffee is coming from. This order you've ordered two types of coffee. You've ordered Island Sunshine and AC on the Run. We use 3 different origins to make both those blends. We use Sumatra Gallo Mountain, we use Kenyan AA, and we use Costa Rican Tarrazú. A little bit about the Costa Rican Tarrazú. Fine coffee, nice big hard beans, Arabica beans. One of the best beans coming from that region. The Kenyan AA. The AA stands for the screening technique. So essentially the AA is the largest screen that they have. When they get all the coffee beans done and sorted, they run it through these screens, and the AA screen is the largest hole, so only the largest coffee beans fit into this category. Larger the coffee beans, the more apt the bean was to be ripe when it was picked. And then lastly is the Sumatran Gallo Mountain. And the Sumatran Gallo Mountain is just a fabulous coffee. Heavy body, syrupy, great flavor. And the Gallo Mountain is a specific region within that Sumatran islands that gives this coffee a unique flavor other than the other Sumatrans that come. As a matter of fact, this is the particular island that Kopi Luwak comes from, which is that coffee that was featured on the bucket list that's processed through the Civet Cat. But nonetheless, last night we took the liberty of roasting up 2 of the Costa Rican Tarrazú as well as the Kenyan so that we could deliver the coffee to you this morning. So what I'm going to do is bring you through a roasting demonstration on your Sumatran Gallo Mountain. So the first thing I've done is I've gone ahead and pre-measured a pound of coffee in here. This filled up to the top represents a pound of green coffee. Now, one of the reasons that I fill it up around it is a pound of green coffee can shed anywhere from 15 to 25% of its weight through the roasting process. That's the reason that this is a little bit over a pound, fully rounded all the way up to the top, so to guarantee that we can put a pound in the package for you. So first thing I do is I take off this top piece. This top piece comes in 3 pieces. What's called a chaff collector. And essentially when coffee is roasted, it sheds a skin very similar to a peanut skin. And then that skin has to be caught somewhere in the roasting process. So as the air is blowing up from this bottom chamber and agitating the coffee, that chaff will come off and it'll get caught up in here, so that chaff isn't in your coffee when we grind it. This is the clear roasting chamber. As you can see in the bottom, it's perforated. It's metal perforated. And I'm going to dump the beans in here, and as the coffee begins to roast, the air will blow up through this bottom chamber, the heat will turn on, and that will start the roasting process. Actually, I need to put another can in here because I've got another order, so I'm going to roast it up with yours. So this is our Sumatran. All these buckets down here represent a different origin. There's buckets off to the side in burlap bags that you don't see that represent some of our other more exotic origins, like the Kopi Luwak. We have some of that. The Panamanian Esmeralda, and the Kona that actually you've ordered in the past. So I'll scoop out another pound of coffee here, put it in. That represents 2 pounds. Put it in the top roasting chamber. Put the chaff collector on. Make sure I have it on the Art Weiss setting. And I go. Now you can hear in the background that air coming on. You can also see the beans beginning to agitate here. What that glass chamber is going to do is kind of fog up, and that's the initial moisture in those beans, and then it's going to start the roasting process. End to end takes about 12 minutes, so I'm not going to have you stand around listening to me this whole time. So I'll see you back in probably about 20 minutes.